Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this morning service. When I woke up this morning, I looked out the window, not a cloud in the sky. So I hope everyone is dried out after a week of wet weather. And we have such a wonderful day. My name is Ralph Honda, and I will be chairing this morning's service. And today's service is being officiated by Reverend Noriko Kawai and assisted by Reverend Sharon Sasaki and our certified minister's assistant, Yukari Williams. And our organist today is Ann Ong. We will begin this morning's service with meditation led by Noriko Sensei. So everyone could please put your hands together in Gasho.
Gasho. Namandaks, 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 namandaks.
Thank you. We will now have the sutra chanting Jusege, and that can be found on page 35 of the service book.
가곤철세강 희시무절더 싱앙흐만석 세후절설각 가오무려거 후이다이세슈 후사이쇼빙그 세후절설각 가시절분도 열셔절지법 흑결미셔망 세후절설각 니여그진셔은엠 저외슈방여 지금의절더 이쇼텐인시 진리기엔다이고 후셔무사이도 셔저우산금여 거사이슈야크남 가이히지에겐 主十期天候安不言一種解放像公正独法両大集中説法ししく不要一切物具足習得本安寧心上満得意三害を女分無下知津達未不詳願学営利投資最小尊志願や国家大戦を感動国書天人とうち名受けナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブがんにしくどく平等性一切道本菩提心おう上安楽公ナモアミダ仏ナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツ
Next, there will be a message for the Dharma School students from Reverend Noriko. Good morning.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'd like to share a message about my Tokudo ordination experience and why it is such a meaningful moment for my life. And before I start whatever I prepare, I wanted to share what I learned during my training and during my training. So when we do gasho and nembutsu and laihai, gasho is putting our palms together, and laihai is bow. And before bowing, we say nembutsu, namami dabutsu, right? And I think many of you might have heard the degree, the angle that we hold our gasho hands is it's very technical. But 45 degrees. So when you bow 45 degrees, so that means your hand would be parallel to the floor. And when you do that, you do gasho, seo nembutsu, namami dabutsu, or namandab, and then don't rush. You don't go like namanda namanda. No, take your time. Take your a really good time and bow, and take time to come up, and take time to put your hands back. I don't want to say it wherever. On your lap, I hope. So take your time. Take your time. That was one of the things that I learned. Like, don't do two things at a time. Take your time to do one thing at a time. Go like. Then, if you're taking out this 2K, stop, out, and then continue doing whatever you're doing. It might be hard to do in our regular life, but I thought that was really good reminder to really focus on one thing at a time, and again, take your time. Okay, so that I thought, that was really important to me, so I wanted to share it with you. Okay. So, Tokudo or ordination may sound like a big formal word. Sharon Sensei talked about her experience last Sunday, and she explained what it means. Tokudo literally means to cross over and receive. And it means to cross over from the life of a lay person and to the life of a priest. But at its heart, Tokudo is a promise to live with compassion, to follow the Buddha's teachings, and most importantly, to remember the kindness we receive from others. So this is the photo Sharon Sensei shared last week too. But so the ones who wear kigesa, yellow kesa, the one I'm wearing, those people are the one who went through the training and had Tokudo, and the people in the front row is the teachers and instructors. All of us, no matter our age, grow and learn because someone helps us along the way. If you're young, maybe your parents help you get ready in the morning. If you're a teenager, maybe teachers support you, friends listen to you, and family members encourage you. Even adults depend on many people. often more than we realize. And I want to share a small story from my own Tokudo training. When I was preparing for the Tokudo training, I was packing my suitcase. I was preparing robes, many robes, and so many books. Many, many more than that. They informed us what to bring and what not to bring. And before that, there were long nights of studying, practicing, and trying to remember many, many things. I wish I had done that when I was much younger, because it was so hard to memorize everything. At one point, I became tired and frustrated, and I said, "This is too much. I don't want to do this anymore." I was at my mother's home in Japan, and my mother heard me say that. My mother looked at me and said gently, "Think about all the people who have helped you until now." Her words stopped me. I realized she was right. I wish we had a newer photo of the whole Sangha. I saw that this was from the 80th anniversary of this temple. That means we're going to have 100 next year, right? So it's like 19 years old picture. Teachers who guided me and encouraged me, friends and family who believed in me, and you, the Sangha, who supported me, and many people, even from long ago, who kept the Buddha's teachings alive so I could receive them today. In that moment, I understood something important. Tokudo isn't about what I can achieve. It's about opening my heart to everyone who has carried me this far. That realization gave me strength and filled me with gratitude. And that gratitude became the foundation of my Tokudo. In Buddhism, we talk about interdependence, the idea that all lives are connected, like threads woven into one cloth. If one thread is missing, the cloth becomes weak. If all threads support one another, the cloth becomes strong. Tokudo is a moment to recognize those threads and say, "Thank you for being part of my life." For younger children here today, I don't see too many of them, but remember that every small act of kindness, helping a classmate, saying thank you, listening to someone, is a way of sharing compassion. Compassion is a feeling of kindness, understanding, and wanting to help others. For teenagers, life can be stressful and confusing. But even when things feel heavy, you are not walking alone. There are people who care about you deeply, even if you don't always see it. Gratitude isn't pretending everything is perfect. It's recognizing that we are supported, even in difficult times. And for everyone, when someone takes Tokudo, they are not becoming better than anyone else. They are simply acknowledging how much they have received. It is a moment of humility, not pride. So today, please think of one person or more who have helped you become who you are. Hold that person in your heart for a moment. That warm, gentle feeling is the same feeling I felt when I received Tokudo. Thank you for listening, and truly, thank you for being part of this community, part of this temple, and part of each other's lives. May we continue walking the path of kindness together. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namandabts, Namandabts, Namandabts. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Noriko, for your very kind message to the Dharma School on your experience of your Tokudo training while you were in Japan. And thank you to your mother for your for her advice that she gave to you for appreciating and wanting to continue with your experience. And our Sangha really appreciates, is thankful for you and for Reverend Sharon for your training with your Tokudo experience, and to continue to share the Dharma with our Sangha. Next, will everyone please rise for the singing of the Gatha, Praise to Buddha, on page 130, and remain standing for the recitation of the three treasures on page 91. Three treasures is found on page 91. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken ourselves our supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become unison through accord in your life of harmony, in the spirit of universal brotherhood, free from the bonds of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Gasho. Namo Amidabs. Namo Amidabs. Namo Amidabs. Namo Amidabs. Thank you. You may be seated. Are there any announcements at this time? Sure.
Hi there, I'm Ann Ong, and I just wanted to let everyone know that we were going to kick off our 100th anniversary celebration year with our Temple New Year's party. So that will be on January 18th, and the order form for the bentos is in the kaiho, and also will be posted on our website shortly. So we are pre-ordering bentos and KFC, so please turn in your orders. Thank you.
Hello, the Junior YBA is hosting a canned food drive, and the last day to donate is today. You can leave your donations in the foyer, and then we also are accepting monetary donations. The Junior YBA is also hosting a spaghetti and bingo lunch on Sunday, December 7th. Tickets are $10 plus another $5 for 5 rounds of bingo. Please see any Junior YBA member to get your tickets. Thank you.
Hi. The BWA is having a virtual opportunity drawing. It's $5 a ticket. If anybody's interested, please see a BWA member. I will be having the drawing in January. And then the other thing is, the biggie is our tamale sale is on, and the pickup is going to be on December 14th. And please get your order in by December 7th. We'll have the same varieties as last time: pork, chicken, cheese with green chili, corn, and pineapple. It's $4 per tamale, but it is really good. So I hope you'll sign up for it. And it's the same price as last year. So, and you know how the prices have gone up. So, anyway, hope to sell a lot this time. Thank you. I'm sorry, pickup is on the 21st, not Mochitsuki is on the 14th, and the pickup for the tamale is on the 21st from noon to 4. So the deadline to order is the 14th.
Good morning. I don't know if everybody noticed what a beautiful day it was. We're so fortunate to be here in San Diego. So anyway, here's a commercial for the from the Friendly Brittle Lady. Urban legend has it, or maybe it was a Far Side commercial cartoon where I saw the early pilgrims took almond brittle and brittle corn to the the first Thanksgiving. So we'll be selling them downstairs. Thank you.
Hi, I'm speaking on behalf of the Friendly Tile Man. The Friendly Tile Man is Glenn Torrio. In regards to the 100th anniversary, we're trying to sell these tile legacies, which will be attached to the front entry to help fund the future Buddhist temple's renovation needs. So if you're interested, go look for the Friendly Tile Man. That's Glenn Torrio.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Paulina, Susan, Margot, Norman. My name's Bill, and I just wanted to thank everyone for their support of our final Shukatsu seminar that happened yesterday. We had a very nice turnout. We were very grateful to have such great speakers, one of whom is our own Reverend Noriko. Speaking about hospice chaplaincy, the Shukatsu program will start again next March, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Jason, and on December the 21st at 11:30 in the conference room downstairs, we will be having another installment of our scam awareness seminars. And these are super fun to go to. I highly recommend that you go, even if you feel that you yourself could never, ever be scammed. I think you should come on by, and a lot of people have great anecdotes and insight to share. You can share your own story. This is a super relevant topic because it's an ongoing issue where people that, even people who think they never would fall into such a thing, end up getting sucked into these scams. So stop on by. It's just a great opportunity to increase your awareness and to, especially going into the holiday season, you know, have your eyes open for yourself and your family members. So please stop by December 21st, 11:30 downstairs in the conference room.
Thank you. On behalf of the script committee, we have such friendly announcements today. So the friendly script committee would like to announce that we do have script, which is gift cards available. And if you haven't been able to bring in canned goods for the to support the juniors' Thanksgiving baskets, we have script for Albertsons, Smart and Final, Walmart, Target, etc., that you could purchase to support their Thanksgiving baskets. We also are taking orders if you are thinking about holiday giving. Thank you.
Good morning. I guess I'm also the friendly origami project lady. And just to keep folding, our deadline, all the packages are out, all 1,000. And so keep folding, and the deadline to return is on Mochizuki, December 14th in the box in the hospitality room. So thank you.
Boy, a lot of friendly announcements this morning. I have one for the friendly Donna Club. They will continue to receive your donations of gently used warm clothing for their warm clothing drive, and that will continue at least through the end of this month. So I guess through the November 30th. So if you have any warm clothing that you are no longer using and are in good condition, please bring it to the temple next Sunday for this meaningful winter project. And lastly, our temple will be having its annual Mochitsuki on Sunday, April 14th. December 14th. Boy, April 14th, that's, but December 14th. But now I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Mochitsuki. We will, Mochitsuki, if you haven't ordered your mochi yet for the new year, please do so by next week. And the mochi cost is $8 for a package of the komochi, and $12 for the 2-piece kasane for your home obutsudan. And we will be accepting donations for the purchase of all the supplies for the mochitsuki. So all the information is in the Busei script that will be coming out next week. And then, of course, everyone's help is gratefully wanted for this event. So to come out, Dharma school students, you can come out and help pound and grind the mochi, and there's work for the adults. So it's an all-day event from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we look forward to your participation on the 14th for Mochitsuki. Okay, Dharma school students, you may come up for Oshoko and your excuse to your classes. Okay, we will now continue with the adult portion of the service with the recitation, the reading of the Vandana Tisarana, and that can be found on page 96 of the service book.
Please join me from the part where it says leader from the beginning. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Kie Butsu. 合唱。ナモアミダ仏。ナマンダーブス。ナマンダーブス。ナマンダーブス。
And now Noriko Sensei will share her Dharma message.
Please join me in Gasho. Such is benevolence of Amida's great compassion that we must strive to return it, even to the breaking of our bodies. Such is the benevolence of the masters and true teachers that we must endeavor to repay it, even to our bones becoming dust. 如来大悲の音読は身を粉にしても報ずべし。死守知識の音読も骨を砕きてもしすべし。ナマミダ仏。ナマンダ仏。ナマンダ仏。Good morning again. Everyone, thank you so much for being here today. Now I would like to talk more about details about my tokudo. You might be tired of it now, but I'll do it anyway. I started with Ondoku-san. It is one of many wasan, a poem Shindan Shonin wrote. It speaks about the immense compassion of Amida Buddha and also the deep gratitude we owe to our teachers. For me, this verse expresses what Tokudo and Tokudo Shurai, the training, has meant, being held by Amida's compassion and being supported by countless teachers, past and present, and help me to be where I am here and now. Again, this is a picture. Tokudo is the ceremony that marks our entrance into the Jodo Shinshu priesthood. Tokudo Shurai is the training we undertake to prepare ourselves for that step. People often ask me, why did you decide to do Tokudo? And honestly, it wasn't a single dramatic moment. It was small steps supported by many people that gradually led me here. And in Jodo Shinshu, that itself is a teaching. We are brought to the path not by our own power, but by conditions that come together through the working of Amida's compassion. For me, those conditions included studying for 3 years through Chuo Bukkyo Gakuin in Kyoto. Every year ended with a written exam. I think there are like 6 or 7 subjects and a couple of chanting tests. So it wasn't just spiritual training, but a lot of studying. But even then, there were moments I wanted to give up. That's when my mother told me, think of all the people who have helped you and supported you. I share this with Bishop Harada, and actually my family is Jodo Shu, not Jodo Shinshu. But when I share this story with Bishop Harada, he said, "Your mother is Jodo Shinshu." So I was like, "Yeah." That completely changed my attitude, what my mother said. It reminded me that this path is not something I walk along. I carry the support, love, and encouragement of so many people, family, teachers, and Sangha, and friends. And again, that is the very heart of this tradition. We awaken to gratitude. The preparation is no joke, especially the contraband list. Do you see the first one next to the contraband? Cell phone. So the training was for 11 days. No cell phone for 11 days. Can you imagine? I'm practically attached to my phone usually, so. No phone, no food. Well, they provide food. No pleasure reading. Basically, none of the things that help us escape. Speaking of escape, right outside of our room, there was a Hankyu train track. And that train, I knew, would take me home in Kobe. So every morning when we open the curtain, I'm like, "Take me." And my roommates and I were like, looking outside, "Help, help." So I had really good roommates, so that was really, really helpful. At first, this was intimidating, but once we surrendered to it, it became strangely liberating. Without distractions, I could see myself more honestly, both strength and weaknesses. And that is also part of practice. Letting go, even briefly, of the things we cling to. So this is the schedule. Most of the days it's like this. And it was pretty intense. Waking up at 5 a.m., services, chanting, classes, cleaning, more classes, more chanting. But the rhythm became comforting. In the silence between activities, in the fatigue, and in the chanting, I felt something shift. Instead of thinking, "I have to do this," I began to feel, I am being allowed to do this. This training wasn't a burden, it was a gift. It was hard to feel that way at the beginning, but it became to that point. And as you can see, we have the service 3 times a day. So we're constantly changing. This is the most official attire that we get at the time of, well, we train for Tokudo. Of course, there are more elaborate stuff that maybe you have seen. But, and also we wore what Sharon Sensei was wearing today, which we wear for classes and meals. But this is what we wore for the services. So we're constantly changing, and we don't have much time, so we're always rushing. So this morning it felt weird that I could take time and put this robe on, and I was like, wow. It was nice. On the second day, we went to Mount Hiei to visit sites connected with Shindan Shonin's training when he was from the time he was 9 years old to 29 years old. And this is obviously fall season, and that's not I was there in October, so it didn't look like that, but that's, you can see it's really a mountain. It's on top of a mountain. And that picture, you're looking down on Lake Biwa. Mount Hiei is a mountain located northeast of Kyoto on the border of Kyoto and Shiga Prefecture. Enryaku Temple, Enryakuji, was founded in 788 by a Tendai monk Saicho and became a major center for the Tendai sect of Buddhism. Here's the map of Kansai area, and you can see Mount Hiei is sort of right by Kyoto. I think it took a little more than an hour by car. This is Kobe, where I'm from. It's pretty close. And from Kyoto, you can take a train and take a cable car and ropeway to get to Mount Hiei, or you can go this route from Lake Biwa. Or you can drive up to the top of the mountain too. So on the study trip, it was pretty much the whole day. We went to these sites. The first one is Shoren-in. And Shoren-in is famous for the beautiful garden. And it originates from a monastery named Toro Shorenbo that Saicho built on Mount Hiei. And this is the Shindan chamber. This is where Shindan Shonin received Tokudo. And we saw the room where Shindan Shonin received Tokudo, but I think it was burned at one point and they rebuilt it. So it's not the exact room, but. And this is called Uegami-do in Shoren-in. A legend tells that Shindan Shonin's mother created a paper doll and placed her son's hair that was shaved when Shindan received tonsure onto the doll's head. This doll was later donated to Shoren-in Temple and has been kept in the shrine called Uegami-do, and it literally means planting hair hall. But another legend says that Shindan's mother died when Shindan Shonin was very young, so we don't know which is true. Standing in the Shoren-in Shinden chamber, the room where Shindan Shonin received his Tokudo at age 9, I felt a connection that transcended time. Shindan Shonin was not extraordinary because he was perfect, but because he was honest about his limitations and opened himself completely to Amida's compassion. Being in those spaces helped me realize that the path we step onto with Tokudo is not about becoming a better or holier person. It is about becoming more aware of the working of compassion in our imperfect lives. And this is Renyo-do. And Renyo, the 8th our spiritual leader of Jodo Shinshu, is said to have trained in this hall when he was 18. And again, this has a lot of snow here, so that's not I didn't take this photo, of course, because I didn't have a cell phone. But I got this from the website. That's the only time pretty much I missed my cell phone, because I couldn't take pictures of those things. But and this is Konponchudo. In 788, Saicho built this hermitage, not this one, hermitage called Ichijo Shinkan-in, which was the origin of the present Konponchudo. And when I saw this picture, I thought, I don't recognize this, because when we went there, it looked like this. They're repairing this whole place. So it's scheduled to be completed in 2030. And this is Daikodo Lecture Hall. It's the venue for the ceremonial examination for the Tendai Buddhist School ministerial aspirants called Hokke Daiye Koga. It's still active temple for Tendai people. And this is Jodo-in. Jodo-in is the mausoleum dedicated to Saicho. This location is considered as the purest and most serene place on Mount Hiei. I think this left the strongest impression on me out of all Hiei-zan. This hall has been maintained by a priest who has been given the title of Jishin, and whose duty is to prepare meals as offerings and conduct services for Saicho. So they prepare meals for Saicho still, as well as keep the precinct impeccably clean and maintained for a period of 12 years without fail. One who aspires to be a jishin, this priest who take care of this place, has to engage in the practice called Kosogyo of daily worshipping 3,000 Buddhas until experience a koso or an auspicious sign, such as seeing an image of Buddha. Only when the koso that the aspirant experienced is approved by his master is the title of jishin granted. Once appointed as a jishin, the priest is not allowed to descend Mount Hiei for 12 years for any reasons, even if that person were to become ill or even to attend the funeral of one's parents. So this priest is doing those things, taking care of the temple, preparing meals for Saicho for 12 years, and they don't get out. And when we visit this place, we heard the chanting voice from inside. And Jogyo Zanmaido. It is known that Shinran Shonin served in Jogyo Zanmaido prior to his decision to live in Mount Hiei. Jogyo Zanmaido is one of the 4 types of meditative practices of the Tendai school. For 90 days, practitioner cannot sleep, rest, or lie down, and must continually circumambulate the statue of Amida Buddha in the hall while reciting Amida Buddha's name and keeping the Buddha in mind. And again, when we visited this site, we heard people chanting. I think we were supposed to be able to go inside, but because people were practicing, we couldn't go in. But it was just profound hearing the chanting voice from outside. And Shakado. Shakado enshrines a wooden statue of Shakyamuni Buddha that is said to have been created by Saicho. And this is what it looks like, the road, on the mountain road on Mount Hiei. And we were walking up and down pretty much all day. So I have medical conditions, so I was always at the end of the whole line of the Tokudo, training people. And after that day, I was feeling pretty sick, but I'm like, I was determined to end 11 days, otherwise I'm going to have to start all over. So I'm like, I'm not giving up. And that was another incident that I missed my cell phone because I wanted to know how many steps I made that day. Tokudo itself was incredibly moving. We did a lot of rehearsals. We had the ceremony after the temple gate closed to the regular visitors. It was held in Goeido at Nishihonganji, or Mother Temple. It was conducted in the dark with only candles lighting the room. That's on purpose. It's meant to recreate the atmosphere of Shinran Shonin's own ordination, which took place in the middle of the night. So we got to experience just a little bit of what Shinran Shonin might have felt when he began his path. Receiving the yellow kesa, this kesa, literally and symbolically, I felt again the presence of everyone who had guided me here. This was not a moment of achievement. It was a moment of gratitude. And I think Sharon's family was there, but on the final day, we attended morning service at Honganji where anybody can come. But we went as the Tokudo group, and I believe, again, I think Sharon's family was there, and they took this. So you see all the people, and after us, there are people from Japan, Japanese people. And after the morning service at Honganji, and we actually had breakfast there too. That was very special. And then we went to Otani Honbyo, Otani Mausoleum, where Shinran Shonin rests. And also his, the spiritual leaders after that and their spouses. And they have big Nokotsudo. And has anybody been there? I think some of you have, been there. And you know there's a part where it has people from overseas, and there's a section for Buddhist Temple of San Diego. So that was really moving that we, not this time, but I got to visit 2 years ago. And there's a big land for the gravestones, and so Nokotsudo, it holds 32,000 families, and grave there are 13,000, and it's not 13,000 people because the gravestone is for per family, so it's 13,000 families rest there. So after closing ceremony, we took many pictures because we had our cell phones. There were many more there were many more teachers than these. These are teachers, and the one on top, sort of top right on the right side, there were interpreters. There's always one person, one interpreter who stayed with us for the foreign group overnight. So that was wonderful. And my friend took these pictures because I didn't have courage to ask to take pictures of teachers because they were, how can I put it, intimidating. During the training, they would yell at us and they would correct us constantly. Well, of course, that's because we're not doing it right. But yeah, so we were kind of scared of them. So this training was not easy, but it was beautiful at the same time because of the teachers who guided us with patience and deep sincerity. During the closing ceremony, we all sang Ondoku-san. As we were singing it, I was suddenly overwhelmed with gratitude for my teachers. The words of the hymn felt so real in that moment, and I could feel everything they have given me: guidance, patience, encouragement. I was so moved that tears came to my eyes. It was one of those moments when the meaning of the teaching and my own feelings lined up perfectly. And their teaching continued to echo in me, especially in challenging moments. So I end today with Ondoku-san again. The verse expresses not a command, but a feeling of overflowing gratitude. When we truly feel the compassion of Amida Buddha, Sesshu Husha, never abandoning, our natural response is to live with appreciation. For me, Tokudo and Tokudo Shurai were not about becoming someone different, but about realizing more deeply how supported I already am. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for sharing this Dharma journey with me. Please join me in Gassho with palms together. Such is benevolence of Amida's great compassion that we must strive to return it even to the breaking of our bodies. Such is the benevolence of the masters and true teachers that we must endeavor to repay it, even to our bones becoming dust. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandats, namandats, namandats. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Noriko, for expanding your Dharma message for the adults today and sharing your experiences in both words and pictures so that we could all see what you encountered during your time in Japan. Thank you. At this time, will everyone please rise for the Gatha Ondok-san? That is found on page 128 of the service book. Thank you. You may be seated. We will now have a closing music meditation. If one walks looking far ahead and pays no attention to the ground beneath, his eyes will stumble. If one gazes critically upon others and forgets to look into himself, he will bring tragedy upon himself. The words of Renyo Shoni. Gasho. Namo Amidaps. Namo Amidaps. Namo Amidaps. Namo Amidaps. Thank you. This concludes our service for today. And I'd like to thank again Reverend Noriko for officiating today's service and for sharing her Dharma messages. And to Ann Ong for playing the organ, and to the MA team for setting up the Onaijin today, and to our tech team of Reverend Ken and Bill for helping with the live stream. Please join us downstairs for hospitality in the dining room, today hosted by the Sangha teens. And enjoy the rest of your day. Such a beautiful day, and we'll have a very happy Thanksgiving on Thursday with family and friends. Wonderful time to gather on such a great day for all of us. So have a wonderful day and great week, and we'll see you again next Sunday. And you're welcome to offer incense as you leave the Hondo. Thank you.